A very good evening to you and welcome to the Friday's edition of the Black Pot, aka Koko Shonimu. This is where we speak truth to power. It is my honor to once again have your audience. I value your attention. I value your time with us here. I want to say a very big thank you to Send for making it happen. If you need to send money to your relatives anywhere in the world that you may find yourself, please make sure you send it through Send. Send. The charges are very, very moderate, very, very affordable, and it's so convenient to send money via Send. Send. So anywhere in the world that you are, if you want to send money, make sure you are sending it through Send with a promo code. The promo code is Black Rasta. Black Rasta. BLAKKRASTA. BLAKKRASTA. Black Rasta. That's the promo code you have to use. Welcome. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunimu. We have three major stories we're going to look at tonight. Let's move straight into our first story. My name is Lord ASOREBA Thunder. Our first story is a very interesting one. The lamentations of Chairman WONTUMI. The lamentations of Chairman WONTUMI. WONTUMI. Chairman WONTUMI. There he is. With that, is it a handsome smile or a beautiful smile? This one is smile. Yes, he's smiling. Chairman WONTUMI. I've gotten some info. I don't know how true that is, but looking at the person of Chairman WONTUMI, I wouldn't be surprised if it is the truth. Yeah, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. Yeah. Chairman WONTUMI, I'm told, is seeking to become the national chairman of the new Patriotic Party. Currently, he is Ashanti Regional Chairman of the new Patriotic Party. Chairman WONTUMI, at a point, told that he's made a lot of money to the extent that he had shown interest in purchasing the England football side called Chelsea. At a point, he told us he wanted to buy Chelsea. So, Chairman WONTUMI that he's into mining. And for some time now, his name has come up whenever people complain about galamsey. Something that though he has a mining company, the activities of his mining company leaves a little to desire, a little to desire. So people are accusing him of taking part in the wanton destruction of our water bodies and our forests for gold, that is galamsey. People think he's one of the kingpins of galamsey, and they are calling for his head, that he should face prosecution for that. All right, but Chairman WONTUMI has demonstrated over time that he is indeed a very strong man, a very powerful man, that nobody can bring him down, and that nobody can floor him, because he, WONTUMI, is an institution. I remember what he told Black Rasta the other day. Told him, Black Rasta, you are my small boy. Black Rasta, me, WONTUMI, I am an institution. I am an institution. Nobody can bring me down. I don't think that it is necessary for anybody to think of bringing Chairman WONTUMI down. But what for me is the important thing is that each and every one must be made to face the consequences of our actions and inactions. I don't subscribe to people just for the sake of it, for the fun of it, trying to bring others down. No, that is not my style. That is not what I look out for. I'm always looking out for people who are committing crimes against the country and ensure that those people are brought to book. They face the full rigors of the law. Why is Chairman Wontumi the bulldozer, the strong man, the rich man, the man who owns a lot of radio and TV stations? Yes, crying, shouting, lamenting. Let's enter into the story quickly. Chairman Wontumi. Am I not a Ghanaian? Am I not a Ghanaian? I'm sure if you ask Wontumi to put this one into a different question tag, see, am I not a Ghanaian? He will say, amn't I? Amn't I? Chairman Wontumi will say, amn't I? Amn't he? Chairman Wontumi, you are a Ghanaian. Please, you are a Ghanaian. Wontumi lashes out after national security raid. This is Joy Online. Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Ejubosiako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, has accused the John Mahama administration of political witch hunting and economic sabotage, following a search conducted at his residence by a combined team of police and national security operatives. The operatives, armed with a search warrant cited by Joy News, stormed his premises to conduct what they described as a lawful operation. But speaking to journalists after the incident, Chairman Wontumi decried what he believes is a targeted attack rooted in politics. Am I not a Ghanaian anymore? Now that you've won the election and become president, does that mean I'm no longer a Ghanaian? He questioned, directing the frustration at President Mahama. He called on MPP supporters and concerned Ghanaians to speak out against what he described as abuse of power. Ghanaians, rise. Arise, Ghanaians. All MPP supporters should rise. It is because of you that Mahama is treating me this way. Chairman Wontumi, known for his fiery political rhetoric, defended his role in national politics and questioned the justification for the government's action. Was I ever a vice president? No. Have I ever chaired a board? No. Have I ever been a CEO? No. Was I ever a minister? No. He asked. I am only the chairman of a political party, and it's my duty to campaign for my party. He went on to accuse the Mahama administration of deliberately collapsing his businesses and freezing his bank accounts. You collapsed my businesses back in 2013. Since you assumed office, you've halted all my operations. Even the bank account I rely on has been frozen, he alleged. Chairman Wontumi's comments have sparked fresh political debate about the use of state power and the treatment of opposition figures under the current administration. Well, Chairman Wontumi, I feel sorry for what you are going through, but I believe that the law must always have its course. So, as I made in my opening statement, I don't think that there must be a deliberate attempt to destroy anybody's business or to put someone behind bars for doing no wrong. I don't think it is good. It is not part of democracy, and it's not part of civilization. Chama WONTUMI, you want which people to rise? Chairman, which people do want to rise? Ghanaians. Since when did we become Ghanaians? Or which Ghanaians are you talking about? Chairman, to me, you have been in this country for 8 years under the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Huh? You saw all the wrongs. You saw all the deliberate attempts by your government, MPP government, to collapse people's business. You saw the deliberate attempt by your government to gag people, to prevent them from talking, speaking the truth. Your party did all these things. You did not see, you did not hear, you did not talk. Now, you want who to arise? Those with whom, those with whom you celebrated your party are the ones you should call on when it's time for cleaning. Because they ate the food, they drank the wine and the champagne. So call them to come and clean the place for you. Who should come? Tell me, I will be surprised if even MPP members will rise up and follow you. I'll be very, very surprised. If you go around to ask people how they see you, your own party people, if you like, do a survey. Get an independent person to do a survey for you. Maybe Professor Smart Asante or any of the posters to find out if you, Chama WONTUMI, you have 1,000 people to follow you. People are so disappointed and so ashamed of how you guys conducted yourself in power. So it is difficult for people to speak for you. It is difficult for people to feel that sympathy. People cannot empathize. People cannot feel it because of how arrogant, boisterous, how you guys were throwing your weight around, left, right, center. You didn't see anybody. You forgot that power is transient. You forgot that power is not permanent. Chama WONTUMI, I beg you, nobody is willing to come and defend you. Defend yourself because you have always been a man on your own. You have money, you told us. You have gold, you showed us. Let them save you. Let them fight for you. Let them commiserate with you. Come on. This is just the beginning. People are piling up. They are piling up issues. They are gathering evidence against you. And I'm sure you know. People want you to go through the legal system. Go through prosecution. People are crying that you have destroyed their forests. You have destroyed their source of livelihood, their farms. Come on to me. You had guys around you. Muzzled, built, macho men. You had them following you when your party was in power. Where are they? I'm glad the national security guys didn't go to WONTUMI's place alone, but in the company of the police. It is very, very important because at this time and age, you don't know who truly is who or who is truly who he says he is. You get the point I'm trying to make. So that we would not have any unscrupulous individuals also, wear some jackets and wield guns and go to people's house and tell them they are from national security and they are coming to conduct search. Meanwhile, they are not from national security. But so far, we've not heard any thing that the men that went there are not from National Security and Ghana Police. WONTUMI, brace yourself for more action. They are going to put you, they are going to put you in the grill. They are going to grill and drill you. And I know that if you are innocent, I know that if your hands are clean, you come out unhurt, undented. You come out stronger. But hey, if you know that there are skeletons in your wardrobe, then this is your own palaver. Who should come? Chairman, defend yourself. National Security, Ghana Police, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I urge you not to be vindictive. I urge you not to be hunting for witch where there are no witches. But where there are witches, it is never wrong to hunt for them. Where the witches are, go there, hunt them, fish them out. Anyone who has perpetrated any ill, any evil thing against this country must be brought to book without fear or favor. WONTUMI is not the only one crying. He's not the only one. The former Attorney General is also crying. The Chief Justice is also crying. Power is like the turntable. It's turning. It keeps turning. It keeps turning. It keeps turning. And as it keeps turning, it keeps, releasing the sound, the music for you to dance. So the turntables are turning, are turning, are turning, are turning. WONTUMI had the audacity. WONTUMI had the infantry to do a voice note to insult the personality of Black Rasta. WONTUMI. If not for anything, you should respect your elder. You should respect the elderly. If not for anything, you should respect people who have toiled, people who have held on to their integrity. Integrity is more expensive and valuable than any property that you might have. But, Chairman, they see nobody. So right now, nobody to they see you cry, your own cry. WONTUMI, this is just the opening prayer. We'll go for a quick break. We'll come back with more. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushiunimu. Indeed, the essence of governance, the essence of democracy, the essence of leadership is restoring, restoring things to the right path. It's a profound quote. So that is what Mahama and the NDC government seems to be doing. But they say they are resetting. They are resetting. They are holding people accountable. People must be able to account for their stewardship. So holding people accountable is never a crime. It's never political witch hunting. Chairman WONTUMI, stronger than apartheid. Let's move to our second story. I entreat you to send your comments in. We're going to read them. So I want to know, what do you think about Chairman WONTUMI's lamentation? Are you going to respond to his call? Are you going to support him? Are you going to rise for him? Let us know what you think about it. Our next story says, no rest in peace. No rest in peace. You see, when someone dies, when someone passes away, when someone moves to the other side of life, and we bury the person, we write RIP on the tomb, right? Rest in peace. It is believed that in this world, we are always faced with challenges. As far as you are alive, as far as you are living, you have bills to pay. You have responsibilities. You have challenges. You go through situations that are not comfortable. A whole lot will happen in your life. So life is full of struggles. I think that is a reason why when a child is born, a new baby comes out from the mother's womb, the first thing the baby does is to cry. The baby will be crying. The baby will cry. I think it's because the baby knows that it has come into a world where humans are wicked, where the hearts of people are, wicked, where struggles, where there is strife, hatred, jealousy, selfishness. All these things is what the child is coming to face. So the child indeed will cry. If the child doesn't cry, it means that the child will remain in the hospital and later deposited in the morgue, or the body will be. So if the baby doesn't cry, it means the baby is dead. It's as simple as that. Now, in Ghana here, everyone and his or her profession, and everyone is expecting that the work that he or she does will bring some revenue or some income or some wage or salary. The people that have died for certain reason are not going to rest in peace, because their resting place before they are buried is now going through a phase that nobody will be happy with. What are we talking about? The mortuary workers in Ghana, they have decided to embark on a strike action over what they call their conditions of service. Some promises, certain things that they are entitled to that have not been offered to them. Let's read the story. Mortuary workers threaten to strike if what? This is 3 News. Members of the Mortuary Workers Association have threatened to lay down their tools should their negotiation with the government for better conditions of service yield no fruitful results. General Secretary of the Association, Richard Kofi Jordan, in an interview with 3FM Sunrise on May 22, said, although efforts have been made to ensure the safety of workers, they are not enough. So 1, their safety. Okay, let's move on. As a union, remember, a strike is always the last resort. We are not quick to decide to strike. We want to negotiate to see if we can get a common ground. The outcome of our negotiations will determine the path we will be taking, he said. The association highlighted some of the challenges faced by members of the union with the nature of the job. You cannot be working without your protective equipment and proper ventilation. Otherwise, all that you are doing is selling your life to viruses and pathogens. Unfortunately, that's what we are still going through, Mr. Jordan noted. The Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana, MOWAG, towards the end of last year, temporarily suspended its indefinite strike, giving the government some time to address their pressing demands. Now, the strike was initiated to advocate for improved working conditions, including the provision of adequate personal protective equipment, resolution of salary arrears, and financial clearance for the hiring of 500 new mortuary workers. So what our friends, the MOWAG members are saying is that their work is very, very dangerous. And you and I know that the work is dangerous. There are some people, if you give them all the money in this world, for them to spend 5 minutes in a mortuary, in a morgue, they will never do that. There are people who fear dead body more than anything else. But for our mortuary workers, they are always working on dead bodies. And the role of the mortuary workers in our health system is very, very, very critical. Very, very critical. In fact, they are the ones who are helping us to stay safe. It is not good for people to live with dead bodies. One, it will expose you to pathogens, viruses. It will also expose you to, a strong and foul scent. When people die, they begin to stink. They stink. And you will not want to live in a place where there's a dead body that is stinking. You can't stand the stench. That is why mortuaries are very, very, very important in our healthcare system. Whether we like it or not, as human beings as we are, we have expiry dates. We will all die one day. But it is also important to treat the dead body, to treat the corpse, the diseased person, with dignity and respect. So how we handle them, the dead bodies, is very, very important per the culture of Africans. But you know that one of the important work of the mortuary worker is that the mortuary worker preserves the dead body in order for forensic and postmortem to be conducted on the dead bodies to ascertain what killed the person. And this is very, very important. This is a very important. So how to preserve the body from decaying or decomposing is one important work of the mortuary worker. How to, help with identification of the bodies. Very, very, very important. So we should not forget about how important these workers are in the schemes of things. Call 100 people and tell them you are going to employ them to work in the mortuary. And I can tell you, you might not get 5 out of the 10. They don't have enough staff. They don't have enough hands. They are overburdened. Yet, they are not getting clearance. They are not getting clearance to pay additional 500 workers they have recruited. And they have salary arrears. And the fees they need to protect them from getting, infested with viruses and pathogens. They are not getting them. The personal protective equipment, nose mask, gloves, detergents, they are not getting them. They are ill-resourced. So just imagine that if these guys decide to go on an indefinite strike and somebody dies, you lose a relative, you lose a friend. Where are you sending the dead body? Are you going to keep it in the deep freezer in your house? Or you are going to bury the person immediately? For our Muslim brothers and sisters, they might not be affected by the strike as others will be. As for Muslims, you know how they do it. Very, very simple, straightforward. No time for putting the dead body in the morgue and blah, 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 blah. Straight away, they'll bury you. But the non-Muslims are plenty. So even if not those who have died and needed to be admitted, in the morgue or the mortuary, what about those dead bodies already there? Who's going to take care of them? Who's going to ensure that they don't decay? So please, Minister of Health, I beg you, make sure you resolve the issue with the mortuary workers, especially their protective, the personal protective equipment. Let them have it. We all will die one day, and we will end up in the hands of the mortuary worker that people call them, aka amateur. Their work is very, very critical in the health sector. So let's treat them well, as we will treat nurses and doctors. All right. We'll go for our next break, quick one. Remember to send your comments. Remember to engage. Let's be interactive. Share the link, share the link. Say wo de wi ase nyina bo wo boa. Ube weja ho. Ube. Minso mi bewu. Ye nyina ye bewu. Na mochre na ye beko. Mowag, please reason up with the government and let's find a common ground as you have already predicted. Let's take the break, and when we come back, I will read your comments. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushu Nimu.
Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show.
Welcome back. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushionimu. Here we speak truth to power. Get interactive with us on all social media platforms. Black Empire TV, Black Empire Media. We read your comments. YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok. You'll find us there. If you want to do business with us, which I entreat you to, call us on 02444-99461. 02444-99461. Let's do business. A very big thank you to Tap, Send. Tap, Send. Let's go into your messages. Let's read them. Lord Upon Bachman, I'm watching you live from Sunyane, Odumase. In fact, I really love this show, Black Rasta. Thank you, Lord Upon Bachman. Greetings to all the Sunyane family, especially the MCE, Vincent, and JJ. Conscious Agbemanu Ahosu. A very good evening, Mr. ASOREBA Thunder. Thanks be to God. It's another Friday. Welcome. Thank you, Conscious. This time around, Chairman's name has changed to WONTUMI. And he said, Chairman WONTUMI, I Chairman WONTUMI. WONTUMI, I then WONTUMI soon. Junior Kerry, the lamentation of WONTUMI needs to be taught in schools. Yes, who will be the teacher? I guess Kerry, you'll be the subject teacher. Where's Black? Come see WONTUMI. Show them. Zion Genesis, say it loud. We are saying it loud. Zion. Dua Bill, Yinzon Bill. Right on time, not a second late. Big up, Mr. Tender. Respect. Atre Amwa, more fire. You are so real. Thank you so much, Mr. Atre Amwa. Conscious Agbemanu Ahosu, he says share. Albert Fifi Agua. ASOREBA is very careful and mindful of his speech. Black Rasta, we need the energy and power from you. All right, watching you live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right, thank you, Idi Mambo, thank you. Albert, you know, Black Rasta is Black Rasta. You get a point. So, that one there. I say, Kwakuchire, Ja first. Keep up the good work. Godfred Fiadoko, please, where's Black Rasta? Oh, Godfred. Black Rasta has taken a short leave. He will be with us very, very soon. He's well and sound. He's attending to other matters. He just needed some small break. So very soon you hear from the legend. Grace Saki. Hi Grace. Hope you're good. Sufyan Suleiman. Watching you live. Wayo! Kojo 14. Blessing, my brother. Watching from London, UK. All right, Kojo 14. Greetings to all our London people. All right, so we go into our third and final story. And this one is going to be very, very brief. Prof. GYAMPO in his element. Prof. GYAMPO in his element. Who is Professor GYAMPO? Yeah, that's him. Professor GYAMPO, one of my favorite lecturers in the university. He taught me political science at the University of Ghana, Legon. In fact, as a lecturer, he was so fantastic. I enjoyed his teaching methods and I enjoyed his evaluation methods as well. He's a very, very great man. And Professor GYAMPO is known to be a vociferous person. He's a bold guy. He speaks truth to power. He's one of the people who held the MPP government under the leadership of Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. He held them accountable. In fact, he's been at the fore of the fight against Galamsey, Ransford GYAMPO from Salt Pond. Ransford GYAMPO, professor. He's now the CEO, the acting CEO of the Shippers Authority. And Why do we say Prof. GYAMPO is in his element? I just gave you a brief background about him so you know who he is. He is bold. Okano, Mosa, other Okano. Professor Ransford GYAMPO is the CEO of Ghana Shippers Authority. This won't happen under my watch. What will not happen? Prof. GYAMPO takes on defiant shipping lines. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Professor Ransford GYAMPO, has pledged to ensure that international shipping lines operating in Ghana comply fully with the country's law. According to him, despite doing business in Ghana, many of these companies resist adhering to local regulations, a stance that he strongly opposes and vows to change. Some shipping lines do not want to be regulated. Remember, these are foreign businesses that have come into our country to do business, but somehow they want to operate on their own terms. But I have told them it cannot happen under my watch. We are going to regulate them and we will operate strictly according to the laws of Ghana, he said. He continued, we have all traveled to their countries before, and when in Rome, you do what the Romans do. In those countries where we studied or visited, we were given rules to follow. We didn't insist on doing things the Ghanaian way, yet most of them refused to comply with our laws. Professor GYAMPO's comments follow concerns raised by the Chamber of Freight and Trade about inconsistencies in exchange rates used by shipping lines to calculate demurrage and other port-related charges. President of the Chamber, Dennis Amfo Sefa, stated that shipping lines are not obligated to use exchange rates set by the Bank of Ghana. Some use interbank rates from their own banks. Others lock in a rate and review it monthly. This lack of uniformity creates serious challenges for importers, he noted. Professor GYAMPO further criticized the defiance and sluggishness of some shipping lines in implementing regulations. Even in the law that gives us the power to demand their service charges for approval, they fought the Ghana Shippers Authority, Parliament, and even the President, he said. When it comes to implementing policies, they continue to drag their feet. But some of us are too patriotic to Ghana, and we will ensure that the laws are upheld. Some of us are too patriotic to Ghana, and we will ensure that the laws are upheld, he added. Thank you very much, Professor Ransford GYAMPO, for being in your element. I know you to be a brave and a no-nonsense guy. And I know you will, stand by your word and you ensure that the right thing is done. You can't come to my country and behave in any way, any manner that you like. It is not done. That is why at a point in time during the regime of Idi Amin Dada of Uganda, he asked all the foreigners who, according to him, were owning over 90% of the businesses and properties in Uganda. He asked them to apply for Ugandan citizenship so that they will continue to stay in the country, Uganda, and do their business and enjoy the profits. But they didn't want to do that. So he was forced to force them out of his country. That was a bold decision that the African leader took. Idi Amin Dada was not the best of president. He had a lot of, flaws. But for that one, I salute him. Please, we are a sovereign nation. Ghana is a sovereign nation. We have our laws. And, you know, statehood, if you study state, if you say a state, like Germany, like Togo, like Nigeria, a state, statehood, there are certain elements that come together to form a state. One, a state must have a people, citizens. A state must have a people. Two, a state must have a territory, a well-defined territory. That's why we say this is the territory of Ghana. And the territory includes the land, the water, and the air. So the sea is part of our territory. So you have your territory. And three, as a state, you have the people, you have the territory, then you must have a government. There must be a government. And there must be a constitution, a law. There must be laws, constitution of the state. And the state must be sovereign. These five elements come together to make a state what it is. So if Ghana sits down for foreigners to downplay our laws, to toil, to step on our constitution, to disregard our laws, then it means that our sovereignty has been undermined. And the moment your laws are not obeyed, you are gradually moving to a failed state. That is why some of us, we always want the laws to work fairly and firmly. But, you know, sometimes the saying that he who pays your bills cut your trails is true. He who pays the piper calls the tune. If you have a country that even your election, the money to conduct election, to select a government, you depend on foreign aid. You depend on foreigners to raise that money to conduct your election. It means that your sovereignty is weakened. A country that goes begging for loans, for grants, begging for aid, your sovereignty is undermined. Your independence is undermined. So, the one who is controlling your economy, it's sad that the shipping lines, almost all of them are foreign. They are all foreigners operating the shipping lines. What happened to the vision of Dr. Osajefo Kwame Nkrumah when he said he wants to prove to the whole world that the black man is capable of ruling, of running his own affairs by establishing a ship line called the Black Star Line, which was inspired by Mosiah Marcus Garvey. You had your Black Star Line, your shipping line, so many years ago, and now you cannot boast of one. I mean, how? So we have brought it upon ourselves. But I agree with Professor GYAMPO that the narrative must change. The status quo must change. And it must change with the laws working. The laws working. So I will urge the government of Ghana to, as a matter of urgency, look into the future and ensure that we will have our shipping lines, our local shipping lines, indigenous shipping lines operating. Other than that, we will always find it difficult to control them. Assuming they also decide that, okay, we will not do business in Ghana. They fold up and move out. How are we going to get our goods imported and exported? So I am urging the country, let's all find ways and means to ensure that we have our shipping lines back, we have our airlines back. Transport is very, very important. It's an important aspect of economic and social development. So please, Professor Rasford GYAMPO, don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let anybody despise you. Some of us are strongly behind you. Black Empire Media is strongly behind you. The good people of Ghana who want to see our country being put on the right pedestal are behind you. Do the work. Make an impact. And posterity will come and bless you. Professor Rasford GYAMPO, you have our support. God bless you. We will end it here. We will end it here. It's a Friday. It's a wet evening. It's raining in our vicinity. I don't know about your vicinity. But hey, please, I'll urge you to stay safe. If you know you are living in a low land area, if you are living in a waterlogged area, the moment it starts raining, don't wait and see. Find a place. Go and seek refuge before the outside of your house gets flooded to the extent that you cannot move out and the flood water will start entering your room. We beg you, let's stay safe. Let's read the final message. Zion GH, big up yourself, bro. Yes, sir, we large up. John Owusu Boateng, great program, Minia. God bless you, engineer. Aminu Gawucho. Oh, Mr. New Host, I hope you will feel in the shoes of Rastaman very well. Good luck to you. Watching you live in Abuaso, Kumasi. Hey, Abuaso, is that Abuaso, Kumasi? Is that Abuabo, Kumasi? Okay, all right. Okay, so this is where we draw down the curtain on today's edition of Black Pot. I want to believe that gradually, we are beginning to pick the rhythm. And I know Ghana will one day become the nation that we want it to be, the great nation that we want it to be. But it starts with us. So I'll do my part, you do your part. I want to say a very big thank you to my one-man soldier. Yes, the royalty and the loyalty of Oheneba. Oheneba, God bless you. May you grow in health and in wealth. I know your future is great. I also want to say a very big thank you to TapTapSend. TapTapSend, keep supporting us. If you want to send money, please make sure that you send it through TapTapSend with the promo code BlackRasta. Call us on 02444-99461. 02444-99461. And let's do business. Let's do business. This is Black Empire Media. My name is Lord ASOREBA Thunder. Adios. Maunayirao. Salam. Wale.
Power